Sure, we can get you in the logbook today. The name is Mark, Mike, Alpha, Romeo, Kilo, and I'm in the southeast of England, about 20 kilometres, 15 miles southeast of the city of London. So station ending Yankee, go ahead please.
CQ10m Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie, Foxtrot, this is Kilowatt, Bravo 2, Lima, Oscar, Yankee. Name is Mario. I'm located in central New Jersey, USA. Kyoto.
Yeah, very good afternoon to you, Mario, or good morning from your point of view. And I will be checking in a moment, but I think we may have worked before. But thanks for coming back to the call. As I say, I'm in the southeast of England, just southeast of the city of London, the capital city. Today, Mario, using an IC-7300, a very, very common radio. I'm using 100 watts from the back of the radio, and the antenna's very simple today, Mario, just a 5/8 wave vertical antenna. It's just above the eaves of the house. I'm in a 2-story house, and that gives you an idea of how high up it is. So quite simple and basic equipment today, although maybe the radio's not so basic and simple. But that's the story, Mario. Back to you. I'll give you a report on the next over, but you're peaking about 5 and 5 to me with no preamps, etc. on. So peaking about 5 and 5, and a very loud audio. Kilo Bravo 2, Lima Oscar Yankee, Mario. This is Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie, Foxtrot.
Roger, Mark. Yeah, you're doing yourself a good job. Likewise here, I'm using a 7300, a vertical homemade antenna, quarter wave ground plane, about 90 watts, about 90 watts out, and your signal here is 5557, loud and clear, like 7300 puts out. So you're doing a good job. I have no idea if we worked before, but anyway, that's no problem. We still, we'll do it again. It's a pleasure to copy you here. Strong audio, and again, the signal is 5557. Okay, Mark, MZM, Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie, Foxtrot from KB2LOY.
Yeah, thanks for that, Mario. I'm very impressed actually with that quarter wave ground plane. And sorry, I'm just checking the electronic records. No, we haven't. I thought I recognised the call sign, Lima Oscar Yankee, but then again, I'm sure there's many call signs with that. But particularly, it was from the USA. Maybe it was last year, but obviously my old man's brain getting muddled these days. But yeah, the quarter wave ground plane. I'm very, very impressed with that. Tell me, are you using it for the ground plane? Are you using radials or wires or rods? Do you know the angle that they're at? Or are you using a metal sheet, such as, you know, a shed roof or something like that? Just curious, Mario, back to you.
No problem. That was something I kind of invented, and based on some bits and pieces from my long past. Likewise, I've been at it since 1999, and I had Yagis, and this time I just found some pieces of wire, put them together, and here it is. Look, figure a dipole, F-wave dipole cut for 10 meters, horizontal, and I didn't like the way it was coming, so I turned the dipole vertical. So one length, the positive length, goes up 8 feet, 8.5 feet, and downwards I just started adding radials with 9 feet, 8.6, something like that, and I just throw a balloon, 1.1 balloon in the middle to feed the antenna, 100 and some feet of cable, and that's what we have.
Oh, absolutely fantastic. Well, you know, Mario, I'm a very, very lazy antenna man. I think it's very well known in the ham community around me that I'm very lazy with antennas. They've either been commercial antennas like the 5/8 wave that I'm using, which was, of course, a CB radio antenna from the 1980s. You know, it was very popular in the 1980s, the 5/8 wave vertical antenna. and I've got a few other antennas that are, you know, for VHF, UHF, including a beam. But for low HF, I've only ever used, really, since 1974, random long wire antennas. And it wasn't until that I got my license in 2017, I did have a long wire antenna up that I was using for receiving, and I just put a 9-to-1 unun on it and a nice ground stake, and so that's what I use. But I find that the 5/8 wave gives me a very good radiation angle for DX work. And looking at the computer modeling, which is probably, you know, the perfect world, I looked at the quarter wave, and I mean, it's a great mobile antenna, both in length and for its radiation pattern if you just want to work local. Yeah, I never really looked into it for DX work, but you know, we're giving each other the same reports, we're using the same radios, we're using a very similar power. I mean, I'm claiming 100 watts, maybe I'm not radiating 100 watts, and you're claiming 90 watts. I don't know if that's from the radio or radiation, but you know, without, you know, all of that, we're using quite different antennas, both vertical, but we're giving each other the same sort of signal. Now, interestingly, generally when I talk to people, their signal reports are always at least 2 S points lower than what I give them. So, you know, generally, if I was giving you a 5 and 5, you would be giving me a 5 and 7, 5 and 8. I know you said my signal was 5 to 7, but I'm marking that in my logbook as 5 and 5. So you get the idea, but your signal is actually correspondingly stronger. I would say that, you know, if I was talking, you know, like matching signal strengths, then yeah, your radio would be giving me like a 5 and 7, 5 and 8. So I'm very impressed with the actual performance of that quarter wave ground plane. Back to you.
Thank you very much for the flowers, and so do I. Being here a long just for your info, the radios are tuned down to
Yeah, absolutely fantastic, and right on cue, just as we're getting into a good QSO, the QSB's taking over, not so that it's stopping your signal, but exactly at the same time I've either got somebody switch something on local, or it's over the horizon radar, possibly coming from the east. There are multiple places it could be coming from now on 10 meters. We hear it all the time on 10 meters over here, so it did start to get a little bit difficult. And as you know, with the IC-7300, I started messing around with the noise blanker and the noise reduction, but the noise wasn't going. So anyway, that's neither here nor there. You know, it was great of you to come back to me, and great to have this QSO with you, but I will cut it short only because of the noise. I'll see if anyone else is around, and we'll pick this up again, Mario. It's been a fantastic QSO with you, and great to make your acquaintance today on this fine Sunday. Oh, I say a fine Sunday. We've had rain on and off today, so we had thunderstorms overnight. It's nice and warm out. It's about 23 degrees Celsius, which is what, 46, about 63 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's very comfortable outside. But but we do get the odd rain shower now and again. So autumn is here and winter's not far behind for us. So can I tie it up? Only because, as I say, of the interference that I'm getting. Although when I unkey, that interference may be gone. So I'll tie it up for now, and we'll carry on another day. But fantastic to speak to you, and as I say, very impressed with your quarter wave ground plane. I like the way that you've done it, and I like the results that we're getting back. So back to you for any finals, and I wish you and your family best 73, and always look out for me on 10 and 12 meters, Mario. I'm always there, and I am a CQer more than a dial spinner, so you'll always find me somewhere at some time. Back to you then, KB2LOY M0 JCF. Yeah, KB2LOY M0 JCF. A passing comment there, Mario. Yeah, your signal has dropped down to 0 now. You're not moving the bar graph at all, and but the audio is still there. So testament to what you're doing there with that antenna. Fantastic. Okay, cheers and take care. QRZ, Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Foxtrot, southeast of England. Nothing is heard. CQ, CQDX, CQDX on 10. This is Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Foxtrot, Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Foxtrot, Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Foxtrot, calling DX on 10. CQDX on 10. This is Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Foxtrot, Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Foxtrot, Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Foxtrot, calling DX on 10. Okay, I got the Kilo Quebec 4 ending Yankee Zulu, but I